In this video, I'm going to give you 12 things you need to know about real estate. Number one, a home is worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. No more, no less. So, what does this mean? Well, if you list your property at $700,000 and you get 3 offers all coming in at $600,000, guess what? The market value for your property is actually $600,000. It's only ever going to sell what somebody is willing to pay for it. So when pricing, you've got to be really careful. Make sure you do your homework, and it'll always sell at what the market is dictating it will sell for. Number two, upgrades to your property don't necessarily mean you'll get more for your property when it sells. However, what it does do, it can increase the chances of selling your property quicker. It's normal hoping that when you do renovations, it increases the property value, but it's not always the case. Usually you get a percentage of what you invested back when you sell. However, it does really increase the property's chances of selling quicker depending on how good the quality of the craftsmanship is when you did the renovations. Number three, cleanliness. Good point to remember. Your property, when you put it up for sale, can never, ever, and I mean absolutely ever, be too clean. People don't want to come into your property and think, oh, it's dirty, blah, 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 because it actually affects what they think the value is worth of your property. So make sure before listing, bring in those professional cleaners, pay the $300-400. It can never, ever be too clean. Number four, curb appeal. Now, if you've got it listed in today's market, everything is by appointment. So before the appointment, make sure you check outside that there's no clutter, no garbage, the cans are away. Even with a condo building, make sure the lobby is clean, but the curb appeal sets the standard for the viewing before people arrive. They walk up, see that it's clean, open, and tidy, and they've already set their standards that they're expecting a great viewing. So, curb appeal, pay some attention to it. Number five, pet odor and clutter. Now, these are the two things that will leave the longest impression when somebody views your property. Not everybody likes pets, so if you do have a home that you're selling with a pet, make sure you get some spray, get rid of the odor, and put all the clutter away. If you've got a closet where you can put all the pet stuff in, even better. Make sure you tuck it away, leave it nice and neutral. Number six, paint. Now, I know this isn't really achievable by everybody, but if you can do a neutral paint job throughout the apartment or house, that is the best one that will appeal to the masses. We all have our own styles. Some people like dark colored accent walls. Some people like wallpaper. However, we got to appeal to the masses when we're selling our property, and making it as neutral as possible will make sure you bring in as much interest as possible. Number seven, cheap fixes and updates. Now, if you can't afford to do a high quality renovation or fix of something, leave it alone and leave it as is. If you do it on the cheap, when somebody comes in, they're going to see that craftsmanship and they're going to put it in their head that they have to redo it anyway. And that will affect what they offer. So if you can't afford it, leave it. Somebody will come in and do it anyway. Number eight, everything is negotiable. I can't stress this enough. So when you see a property or when you're buying a property, even when you're selling a property, keep in mind that anything in that property can be negotiated on. And it's a really good idea to be flexible. If somebody comes in and loves a painting or a couch and they want it as part of the deal, be open to that negotiation process. In real estate, we always say everything is negotiable. Number nine, time is of the essence. Now, we're in a seller's market, which means if something comes on the market, it's pretty much selling within a few days. So this, as a buyer, doesn't give you the opportunity to see a property, go home, think about it for 2 days or talk about it for 2 days, and then try and act and move on it because it will already be sold. So time is of the essence. If you see something, be in a position to act on it and move on it as soon as possible, especially in today's seller's market. Number 10, location, location, location. Now, there's a reason this saying is so important in real estate. It really makes a world of difference. It's better to buy a rundown place in a more desirable location, spend some money in renovating, because when you come to selling it, you're going to have more gain in the property value and it's going to be easier to sell versus buying a really nice house in a less desirable location. What happens then is you're going to find it a little bit harder to sell and you won't have as much gain in the property value. So remember, location, location, location. Number 11, buyers will always notice what they want to change before noticing any upgrades. We all have our own minds and our own styles. So when you put that $30,000 kitchen in, it might not actually be what the buyer's looking for. They're actually looking at the carpet that they want to switch out and spend $7,000 on putting hardwood flooring. So it's much better to give yourself an allowance in that price and maybe notice it in the comments that's saying, hey, I'm going to allow you a $7,000 difference to put in hardwood floors in if you like. So remember, that $30,000 kitchen might not always appeal to the buyer. Number 12, when it's priced right, it will sell. Now this is a hard one to grasp, and I've covered this in a video before. There's only three real pricing strategies. One is above market value, and slightly under market value. It doesn't matter where you go. However, if it's not priced correctly, it will not sell. It's just plain and simple. If you've priced it 100K above market value, nobody's going to pay that. So pricing it correctly is key. And if it's priced right, it will always sell. So there you go, 12 things you should know about real estate. If today's video led to more questions, or you just got questions about anything else to do with real estate, please reach out. I'd love to have a coffee and a chat with you. As always, I'm loving all the questions, comments, and subjects, ideas to cover. So if you've got something, post it in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.